Now, let's look at language in education policy in Ghana. The language policies in education in the Ghanaian context have been constrained by social political changes in the past, including government policies of positive discrimination in favor of an English-only language policy in education. Some parents perceive English is the key to achieve the purpose of education by acquiring proficiency in English, and they believe that English as the medium of instruction in schools is the key to attain that proficiency. Dating back from the era of pre-independence to post-independence, Ghana has had a number of language policies in education that has been alternating between English L2 and the Ghanaian languages L1, depending on the particular period of the country's history from 1925. The pre-independence era include the period of the castle schools and the missionaries, while the post-independence starts from independence in 1957, where the country maintained English as the official language and language in education, with the major indigenous languages featuring in radio programs and non-official domains. Bilingual education in Ghana commenced with the inception of formal education in Ghana, which began with the castle schools and was later continued by the Christian missionaries. This period was the pre-colonial era between 1529 and 1925. Europeans who came to trade in the Gold Coast during that period ensured that Portuguese, Dutch, English was used for every formal form of learning in the classroom. The Accelerated Development Plan, ADB, in 1951 led to changes in the language policies in education, which saw a change from the 3-year L1 mother tongue classroom instruction from Gagisberg's era to early mother tongue medium, basically 1 year, with transition to an English as soon as possible, interpreted to mean the second year of lower primary. The 1987 language policy in education, the best ever education policy in Ghana, allows mother tongue teaching and learning in lower primary, that is 1 to 3, while the mother tongue remains a core subject from upper primary 4 to 6 to the senior secondary school, which was 1 to 3 years. The mother tongue is also a subject of study in some tertiary schools like the teacher training colleges and some universities in Ghana like the University of Education, Winneba, where teachers are taught to teach the Ghanaian languages. The language and education policy has not changed much from the pre-form period. According to the policy guidelines, with respect to Ghanaian languages, government policy requires learning another mother tongue in addition to the L1 used in the classroom from basic 1 to 3, while the L2 is also learned as subject, before being introduced as classroom medium from basic 4. The study of Ghanaian languages will continue to be compulsory up to senior secondary school. This was from Ghana Ministry of Education and Culture in 1988. The trend of policy shift between 1925 and 2017 reflects the situation of L1 in education in Ghana. The pronouncement on the language used as medium of instruction in the classroom in the early and later stages was left entirely to politicians and the implementation to the teacher or perhaps to individual schools. Many of the policies were in favor of the L1, at least for the first 3 years of formal education. There were also periods that the policy went even beyond the basic level. For example, language policy from 2002 states that English should be used as the medium of instruction from primary 1, with a Ghanaian language studied as a compulsory subject to the senior high school. In 2008, this was again reversed to L1 medium of instruction from KG1 to primary 3, while English was used as medium of instruction thereafter. English is taught as subject in the lower primary grades as KG1 to 3, while Ghanaian languages become a subject of study from grade 4 through grade 9. And that is the Ghana's current language policy. Here are some few details. The policy states that learners can study in any of the 9, that is, if Equiapimpi, Asante P, and Fanti are put together as Akan as a language, or if they are separated, they become 11 languages. And these include Asante P, Equiapimpi, Fanti, Dagbani, Ewe, Ga, Dangme, Gonja, Kasim, Dagari, and Nzima. Now, it is stated that the school can choose a language based on the geographical location and the learner's proficiency. English is taught as subject in the lower primary grades during this period. The regular erratic pattern of frequent policy shifts due to change in the political climate has impaired the ability of Ghanaian teachers and education planners to make sustained use of the tremendous pedagogical potential of mother tongue-based instruction.